Real Salt Lake back at training here at Rio Tinto Stadium, coming off Wednesday night's 2-1 Open Cup win against the Portland Timbers. That win advanced them to the Open Cup Finals, where they'll play host October 1st against DC United. But now the attention turns back to Major League Soccer, where they'll face Houston Dynamo this weekend.
Knowing we had the opportunity to host a final was a huge incentive. But already, there's a big incentive because we want to get back to Champions League. We want to win, and we were 2 games away from a trophy. So credit to Portland. They came in here and they tried to play. They're a very good team, a capable team, and they made a little questionable at the end. But we held out. Boys did well, and I thought we deserved the win.
More of the same for us a little bit. We got to clean up the defense in the back late in games. Not just the back line, but as a group, all 11 players. And that's a game, obviously, where we have a 2-0 lead, so it doesn't come back to bite us, but it has, and past a couple MLS matches. And so those things need to be cleaned up and just realize that at any moment the other team could be dangerous, set piece, wide free kick, whatever it is, and try to clean those things up going forward, knowing how important that stuff's going to be, as we near the end of the season.
The only thing I'm worried about is the physiological aspect of it, how tired the players are. We had a couple of guys at the end of that game that were struggling a little bit with muscular things. So we've got to be very careful with that because we've got a lot of games left this year. We can't be putting all of our eggs in to try and get the 3 points tomorrow night and end up with injured players. We can't afford that.
And while Chris Wingert and Tony Beltran both played Wednesday night against the Portland Timbers in Open Cup play, they'll make their return back to Major League Soccer after serving their suspension from the disciplinary committee.
Just the little things they do, the yard here or there, to put themselves in the right spot to maybe take out something that could be dangerous, intercepting passes before they even get behind our back four. Those things are really important for us. I think it makes everybody feel more confident because there's just experience between the players and comfortableness between the players. So I think it was great. I think that going forward, I'm hoping that we can get to a point where we get to a pretty stable back four. I think we've got 3 questions that are pretty clear answers on, and still 1 that's up in the air.
The Houston Dynamo coming off a 3-1 win Saturday night at home against the Columbus Crew and currently sitting just 5 points out of first place in the Eastern Conference.
We're going to have to battle. There's no doubt that Houston has always been one of the most honest and competitive teams in the entire league. Every single game they give their absolute best, and they fight and they scrap and they claw for it. They've got Davis and Garcia that have been playing on the wings in the last couple of matches that we know are extremely dangerous, and Barnes dropping into the hole in the midfield from a forward position makes things difficult as well. It'll be somebody we're going to need to stay focused on. And then they've got guys that can score goals in the center of the park with Clark and Moffitt. Moffitt from distance, and Clark enters the box late. So defensively, we're going to have to be at our best, I think, to get a result. As we know, we're going to carry a little bit of fatigue into this game. And hopefully the fresh players that play for us tomorrow night will be ready for it and up to hopefully lead the tempo a little bit.
He's going to be able to play his game. Obviously, he's a good player. He's a well-rounded player, a player that provides great service. But if you cut that out, he can play. He can go into the middle of the field. He can go wide. And so I think it's just one of those things where, as a group, we need to be ready for their group in the midfield. But in saying that, when the ball turns over, I think they should be aware of us as well. But Brad's a great player, and so we need to have someone around him and try to limit the easy service or the easy passes that he can make in the final third, because that's when he can really hurt you.
Well, I think we need to be conscious of the way that Houston plays. Obviously they're a more direct team than most, more direct team than us. And with Brad Davis, they've got a weapon in service and set pieces and balls from out wide, and they've got some big targets up front. Will Bruin's a very capable forward. He's great in the air, good at finishing balls off. So we'll know their style. We'll watch the video, and we'll be conscious of that come game time.
RSL hosts Houston at Rio Tinto Stadium on August 10th at 7:30. Get your tickets today.